So, a bit of a short non-fishing video here. I thought I'd just give you guys a quick look at where I'm going to be fishing this year and putting a bit of time in. It's a nice little syndicate called Hasse Fen, and it's pretty busy. It looks very nice, very quiet, no traffic, no noise, no nothing. And, we just step down here off the ledge. Yeah, it looks really nice actually. Quite weedy around the margins. It's got lots of silkweed. It's got a lot of Canadian and other bits in as well, full of naturals. So I'm told by a nice fella that just filled me in on a few bits up the bank there. So yeah, looking good. I can't wait to get down here this week. So you guys will know I've done a couple of sessions on Bluebell Lakes, on Swan again, and I've left it at that. I'm not going to fish for carp. I don't want to eat. I don't want to constantly fish jigs while I'm there. And I felt like my edge slipped away. I was going to fish jigs. I felt like that was my edge. And then people soon cottoned on, and every angler's fishing 3 jigs each. So I'm not going to join that rat race. I'm going to come and do my own thing and jump on Bluebell when I feel like the time is right. I will have my time on Swan, but the time is definitely not right in a minute. I timed it a little bit early, but I'm a happy bunny. I had that beautiful 25 common. That's the main thing. And so I'm going to try my luck on Hasse Fen. So this is the first time I've been down for a look at the place. I paid for it last month. Tickets already started. And I was sort of trying to concentrate on Bluebell a bit. But now everything's changed. So we're here. Have a little look over at that island there. About 40 wraps to that island. I'm zoomed in now. Yeah, just over 40 wraps to the island. So yeah, looks nice. It's the only island in the lake. There's lots of plateaus and bars in here. It's up and down. It's like an egg carton. So plenty of nooks and crannies for the carp to hide amongst. And some nice little quiet reedy corners also to tuck in and maybe do a bit of stalking. So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously it looks busy now and it is Ramo on the weekends, but hopefully midweek. I've got a midweek ticket because the weekends are heaving here. I can't be dealing with that stuff, especially after leaving Bluebell that's just heaving all the time. So I want something a bit quiet, which is not going to be, so I'm told. It's still going to be busy midweek. But at least I stand a good chance of getting a peg midweek. On a weekend you can turn up here and have to drive home. But there you go, it's a beautiful lake. The sun is shining, it's a lovely blue water. The water clarity looks lovely. See straight down there, that looks nice. And there's a good head of fish in here too. A couple hundred odd fish with 50 plus 30s and a couple of 40s to go at. So happy days. I'm going to walk round to the other side and we'll have a little update when we get round there. I'll see you in a bit. Royal Ruckus. Just switched the camera on a little bit too late. A swan was fighting 5 geese, full on fighting them. It reminded me of a lion fighting a pack of hyenas. They're all biting at each other and everything. Savagely territorial this time of year when they got all the babies about. But yeah, just look down in this little reedy corner here. Looks lovely, looks really carpy, but I haven't seen any carp. So yeah, I don't really know what to think of that. I was really hoping to have a little lead out today. Find a few spots. I've got 5 kilo in the van. I was hoping to get a bit of bait in as well, but it clearly doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think I'm going to have to wipe off pre-baiting completely. I don't think it's ever going to be able to happen. It's too busy here. There's the island from this view now, just on the other bank, on the other corner. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, so that's pre-baiting out the question, so what I'm going to have to try and do is get a lot of baiting when I leave. I think that's going to be the plan. So bait it heavily, fish for bites, and then bait it heavily before I leave, and hope to get roughly in the same area, or at least on the same bank when I get back. Not really sure how I'm going to tackle this lake. Looks like it could be very hit and miss. But I'm prepared to get stuck in and try my best and have a real good go at it and try and get one of them 40s out. Right, I'm going to continue on and I'll carry on walking. So we're on the long bank now, on the back of the wind, and I can already start to see quite a few features out there. And there's the island. I don't know if you can see all this weed right away from this point to the island. It almost cuts right through. Where they've dropped the water over the last couple of years, it's exposed this big massive, like, I guess you could call it half a submerged island. And the carp do obviously cross it, because this is one half and this is the other half over there. And over the other side, I'm told it's very much deeper. So it's got ranges of anywhere from 12 to 25 foot. It's also got a lot of shallow bars and plateaus. I mean, lots of shallow bars and plateaus. So there's plenty to go at. And while I'm standing here, I can see quite a few bars just out in the middle of the lens, running from there right round. If you imagine the middle of the lens, right round to there, and it stops. It looks like quite a big plateau as well. It comes right up in the water, and it looks about 4 or 5 foot deep there, maybe shallower. My hopes of having the lead round is definitely not going to happen today. I think I'm going to have to go and get all the bait back in the freezer. And yeah, but I can see the plateau that I've been told about now. So I roughly know where it is, and I'm going to have a continued walk round and try and have a little scope of this place. I'll speak to you soon. Well, we're just entering the last peg on the road bank now. Yeah, nice reeds running right along here, look. And there's the island way out there. So this is right up the other end of the lake now from where we started. It's almost like two separate lakes that run into each other. So I imagine it being quite tricky. Fish can be a lot of places. Let me just step down here. Way up here. And yeah, here we are. I don't really know what to make of the place at the moment, with the water being 4 foot down. There's just an old dugout gravel pit. It's got a nice little corner piece here. Lift the camera up so you can see it. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite a tough little nut to crack here. There's a lot of lines. The fish are heavily pressured. It's busy permanently. I think I'm going to have to pull all the stops out to get bites here, to be honest. I've done a few nice 30s. I think it's done a 37 this morning. And that sounds promising. Well, it's definitely a good out of 30s to go at, with a few bonus big gals, big 40s chucked in. So right, moving on. Right, so I'm back in the van now. I've looped round a couple of times, and what I found out is pretty much priceless, to be honest. I'm so glad I made the effort to come down on this Sunday evening. I've spoke to 2 or 3 guys in particular. One that has been here 7 years, and another guy in particular who'd been here for 3 years, and I got a lot of information out of him. He was kind enough to tell me what I needed to know, so I definitely picked their brains a little bit, those two, and they were happy to oblige and tell me some valid information that I really needed to know, and that's really kind of them. They didn't need to do that. They could have just hushed up and kept it to themselves, but they didn't. So they've given me a little head start, and that goes a long way. As I mentioned, it's full of features out there. It's got bars and humps and plateaus everywhere. They're everywhere. Deep channels running everywhere. It's going to be a bit of a crazy year. So I'm definitely going to have to do my own work and scope out each peg properly. But I'm sure I'll get into a few. I'm sure I'll fare okay. It'd be nice to get a bite on my first session. I'm due back here in a couple of nights for a 48-hour session. So really looking forward to it. I'll be working weekends now for the next 7 weeks, just so I can get here during the week and get a decent peg, and we'll go from there. So when you see me next, I'll be at Hasse, tight lines.